Hello students, today let us see the conjugate of a complex number. Now let us assume z is equal to x plus iy be the complex number. Now the conjugate of this z is obtained by replacing I as minus I. That is, just you have to change the sign of the imaginary unit, and the conjugate of the z is denoted by z bar, which is equal to x minus iy. That's all. That is, example, you can say z is equal to 10 minus 7i. You can take. Its conjugate will be z bar is equal to 10 plus 7i. That's all. Suppose you have z is equal to minus 12i plus 3 means z bar is nothing but, you should not write that is like this, z bar is equal to minus 12i minus 3 means it is wrong, because here you have changed the sign of the real part, not like that. Whatever be the complex number, you try to write in the standard form. After writing standard form, you try to change the sign of only imaginary part. Therefore, here minus 12i plus 3 means this can be written as 3 minus 12i. Now look at this, this in rectangular form. After that, you try to change the sign, you can get 3 plus 12i. That's all. Suppose you have z is equal to 3. What is z bar? What is z bar? That is also 3, because there is no imaginary unit. If there is imaginary unit, you have to change its sign. Suppose z is equal to 4i means, what is z bar? Z bar is equal to minus 4i, because here we have imaginary unit I. Therefore, you have to change the sign of this part. Therefore, you can get minus 4i. Likewise, we can find out the conjugate of a complex number. Now let us see the properties of this conjugate. The properties of a conjugate of the complex numbers. Now we know very well, if you take z is equal to x plus iy, definitely the z bar will be equal to x minus iy. That is, just you have to change the sign of the imaginary unit. That's all. Now, this is z and this is z bar. Now, you try to add these two things, z plus z bar. Z plus z bar means you can take x plus x is equal to 2x. X plus x is equal to 2x. From this, you try to find x value. From this, the x value is z plus z bar by 2. This x is nothing but a real part of z, which is equal to z plus z bar by 2, you can say. That is, real part of z is equal to z plus z bar by 2. Likewise, instead of adding, you subtract z minus z bar. Z minus z bar. Z minus z bar is equal to x minus x becomes 0. Iy minus of minus plus, that you can get 2 times iy. 2 times iy you can get. From this, you try to find value of y. From this, y is equal to z minus z bar by 2i. This y is nothing but imaginary part of z, which is equal to z minus z bar by 2i, you can say. Therefore, if the two complex numbers z and z bar are given, how do you find the real part of z? Z plus z bar by 2, and the imaginary part of z is z minus z bar by 2a, you can say. Now this you can take it as the first property. Now we can go for the second property, that is z double bar is equal to z always. Z double bar is equal to z always, because if you consider z is equal to x plus iy, then what is z bar? X minus iy. Now for this z bar, you have to find conjugate, that is z bar whole bar, which is equal to conjugate of this one means I have to change the sign of the imaginary part. That you can write x plus iy. Therefore, z bar whole bar is nothing but z double bar, which is equal to x plus I means z value. Therefore, z double bar is equal to z, you can see. Okay. Z is real if and only if z is equal to z bar. Similarly, z is purely imaginary if and only if z is equal to minus z bar. Now, when do you say the z is real? For example, if we consider a complex number z is equal to x plus iy, in this complex number, if the imaginary part y is equal to 0, then we can say z is equal to x. If y equal to 0, this z becomes x only. Here, there is no imaginary unit and imaginary part. Hence, it is purely a real number. It is purely a real number. Likewise, instead of this y equal to 0, in the same complex number z, if x is equal to 0, if x equal to 0, here you can get z is equal to iy. Here we have only one part, that is imaginary part. There is no real number. Hence, we have only which part? Imaginary part. Therefore, it is called purely imaginary. Purely imaginary. Therefore, the complex number is said to be purely real only when the imaginary part is 0. Similarly, the same complex number is said to be purely imaginary only when the real part is 0. Now, based on this one, we can prove this concept. Let z is equal to x plus iy, and what is z bar? X minus iy. Z bar equal to x minus iy. Here let us assume this one z is equal to z bar. Z, this is given, or you can take z is equal to z bar. What is z here? X plus iy, which is equal to, what is z bar? X minus iy. Here you can write the symbol if and only if. Simultaneously you can prove it's the converse also. Now here if you take like this, this x and this x getting cancelled, you can write iy is equal to minus iy. You bring this minus iy left hand side. Here also one iy you have, totally you have 2 iy is equal to 0. Now from this, see here y is equal to 0 we can say, because 2i is not equal to 0. Hence 0 by 2i gives 0 only. Now we can say y equal to 0. For all this we have to write if and only if condition. Yes. Therefore, z equal to z bar if and only if y equal to 0. Y equal to 0 means y equal to 0 means this will have only x. X is a real number. Therefore, we can say z is real. Whenever y equal to 0, this complex number becomes a real number. Therefore, you can say z is real. Likewise, we can go for z is equal to minus z bar. Again, given z is equal to minus z bar. What is z here? X plus iy. If and only if we can write x plus iy is equal to minus of, what is z bar? X minus iy. Now you can remove this bracket, write if and only if x plus iy is equal to minus x plus iy. Now you can cancel this iy on both sides, like here. Now you can get minus x. If you try to bring this side, we can get 2x is equal to 0 means here x is equal to 0, because 2 is not equal to 0. You divide this 0 by 2, you can get x equal to 0. X equal to 0 means, here x equal to 0 means you can get only imaginary part. Hence it is purely imaginary. Therefore we can say whenever x equal to 0, this z is purely imaginary. Therefore we can say if and only if z is purely z1 plus z2 whole bar is equal to z1 bar plus z2 bar. That is conjugate of sum of two complex numbers is equal to sum of their conjugates. For that, let us assume two complex numbers z1 as a plus ib, Z2 as C plus ID. Now Z1 bar is equal to A minus IB. Z2 bar equal to C minus ID. Now for this proof you can consider this left hand side Z1 plus Z2 whole bar. Z1 plus Z2 whole bar is equal to, first we can write Z1 A plus IB plus, what is Z2? C plus IB. Further you have to conjugate. Whenever you want to take conjugate means that number must be in the rectangular form. Here we have two imaginary units. Therefore, first to try to bring these two things in rectangular form by adding these two complex numbers. Therefore, I can add the real part with the real part, A plus C plus I into B plus D, imaginary part with imaginary part. Now it is in the rectangular form, real part plus I into imaginary part. Therefore, we can find this conjugate by changing the sign of this I. Therefore, you can get, instead of plus, you can get minus I. Now, after this step, you just remove this bracket. A plus C minus IB minus ID. Now, after that, again we are rearranging A. We are clubbing with minus IB. A minus IB plus C minus IB we are writing. This A minus IB is nothing but Z1 bar. C minus ID is nothing but Z2 bar. Therefore, you can write as Z1 plus Z2 whole bar is equal to Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. Now, in general, we can take n complex numbers Z1 plus Z2 plus etc. plus Zn. There are n complex numbers. First to try to find their sum, then we can take conjugate. This will be equal to sum of their conjugates Z1 bar plus Z2 bar plus etc. plus Zn bar. Now this can be generalized like this. Likewise, let us see a fifth property, Z1 minus Z2 whole bar is equal to Z1 bar minus Z2 bar. Therefore, we can say here Z1 equal to C and A plus IB, Z2 is equal to C plus ID, Z1 bar equal to A minus IB, Z2 bar equal to C minus ID. Now let us consider LHS. Z1 minus Z2 whole bar means this is Z1 minus Z2 whole bar. Again, this can be rearranged in the rectangular form by subtracting the corresponding parts A minus C real part plus I into B minus D is imaginary part. Now it is in rectangular form. After bringing this into rectangular form, and we can take the conjugate by changing the sign of this imaginary unit. Instead of plus, you can write minus. Then the next step, you try to remove this bracket A minus C minus IB minus into minus plus ID. Again, you rearrange like this, A minus IB. See, this is minus C. We have plus C only, therefore you can take minus and commonly outside here. Then you are getting C. My plus ID becomes a minus ID. Now this A minus ID is nothing but a Z1 bar. C minus ID is nothing but Z2 bar. Therefore we can replace these things. Therefore we can say Z1 minus Z2 whole bar is equal to Z1 bar minus Z2 bar. Now this cannot be generalized like the sum of complex numbers. Okay, Z1 into Z2 whole bar is equal to Z1 bar into Z2 bar. For that I am considering two complex numbers, Z1 as x1 plus iy1, Z2 as x2 plus iy2. Hence their conjugates are x1 minus iy1, Z2 bar is equal to x2 minus iy2. Now let us prove the LHS. For that you can take, first we can find Z1 into Z2. First let us find the product, then we can take the conjugate. Z1 into Z2 is nothing but x1 plus iy1 into x2 plus iy2. Now just you remove the bracket, ordinary multiplication, x1 into x2, x1 into x2 plus, take this one, multiply with this, then you can take I into x1 y2, then you can take this, you can multiply with these two, then plus I x2 y1 plus I square y1 y2, you can say I square y1 y2, you can say. Now we know very well, now we have I square, thus can be replaced as minus 1. Therefore you can write this as x1 x2. Then see here, this is also a real part. I square can replace minus, there we go, minus y1 y2, minus y1 y2, which is the real part. and these two are imaginary parts, therefore you can take I commonly outside, then you can get x1 y2 plus x2 y1. After that this is z1 into z2. Further you have to take conjugate, therefore you can say z1 into z2 whole bar is equal to, change the sign of this imaginary unit, that is you can say x1 x2 minus y1 y2, here minus I into x1 y2 then plus x2 y1. Now this is LHS. Now you can have this as equation number 1. Next we can go for right hand side, z1 bar into z2 bar. Therefore you can write z1 bar into z2 bar, which is equal to, what is z1 bar? x1 minus I y1 into x2 minus I y2 into x2 minus I y2. Now just here this also can be multiplied, x1 x2 x1 x2 then minus I into x1 y2, then I take this one multiply with this 2, then minus I into x2 y1 then plus I square y1 y2. Again this I square can be replaced as minus 1, then x1 x2, this is minus y1 y2 is the real part. In these two things a minus sign can be taken outside, minus I you can take outside, then you will be getting x1 y2 then plus x2 y1. Now this is z1 into z2 whole bar. Now you consider this as result number 2. Now look at the result number 1 and 2, both are same. Therefore we can say from 1 and 2, z1 into z2 whole bar is equal to z1 bar into z2 bar. This is the result we obtained. Now this can be generalized. You can say in general z1 into z2 into etc. into zn, that is product of n complex numbers. For that we are taking conjugate, that will be equal to product of their conjugate z1 bar into z2 bar into etc. zn bar. This can be proved like this. Okay, now let us see the, like the product, we are going to see the quotient z1 by z2 whole bar, which is equal to z1 bar by z2 bar, provided z2 is not equal to 0, because denominator should not be equal to 0. If it is a 0, we cannot find this division. Therefore, we can say conjugate of quotient of two complex numbers is equal to quotient of their conjugates. Okay, this proof let us see later. Next we can see about the next property, that is eighth property, that you have any complex number z, it can be raised to the power n, then you can take the conjugate. This will be equal to, first you can take the conjugate, then you can raise to the power n. Likewise you can write. Now these are the very important properties of conjugate. Now problems regarding this let us see in the next class. Thank you children.